Good morning. Welcome to Sacred Sunday Breathwork. This is Eileen Fine. I'm so happy for everyone that will be showing up today. And this is my first time doing StreamYard live. So you'll have to excuse me if I get a little bit confused or if anything goes wrong. Just bend your knees and go with me on this. This is pretty early in the morning on West Coast time for a Sunday, but hopefully we will get a good amount of people in here today to be breathing and opening ourselves up to love and peace and joy. I have my setup here and I'm using my new mic, which hopefully the sound is good on, and I'm going to be using my phone to bring in some music to support us today. So hopefully we'll see how it goes. Just go with me on it. But I'm really excited to be able to have you here today. And what we're going to do is be using our breath to open ourselves up and let go of all of the things that we're holding on to most of the day. And what you're going to find with breath work is that even though you breathe all the time, obviously, most of the day you're only breathing into the top part of your lungs up here. And that's enough to sustain you and to keep you going. But what we really need to do with breathing is to use everything that it gives us. And to do that, that requires deep belly breathing, which means breathing into behind your diaphragm and expanding out your chest. And what that does is that your vagus nerve, which sits behind your diaphragm, that's activated. And when that is switched on, it actually sends a signal to your brain that you are safe. And it switches your nervous system from the sympathetic to the parasympathetic. And that's important because when you're constantly in, which most of us have been for the last 2 years, in the kind of fight or flight type of stress, constant stress, that's when the sympathetic nervous system is in full-blown action. And when that happens, things like cortisol and adrenaline are kind of flooding into your system. And I know with me, I can say that I have had a cortisol issue for a number of years. It started during perimenopause when my hormones were all over the place and I couldn't sleep. And when I had my blood levels checked, what they found is that I was secreting so much cortisol right in the middle of the night, which is not when it's supposed to be dumping. It's a natural thing, and you're supposed to have cortisol. It's kind of what drives you forward, but it's supposed to happen not in the middle of the night, which is why I was waking up. So I had to start to breathe in, and even me, I had to start to bring in meditation and breath work and mindfulness a lot more into my daily life, not just teach it, but practice it more. And what it was able to do was help me be able to relax my body and even out my hormone levels, which are everything is connected inside of us. We talk about mindfulness and things like chakra and even things like healing crystals, and people think it's very woo-woo, but there's science behind it. And all of this is grounded not just in spirituality, but also in physiology and the way that we're built. And these are things that thousands of years ago, people came up with these concepts because they didn't have the science behind it to prove it. But now we do. Science has kind of caught up. So Western medicine has caught up to Eastern philosophy and medicine. And there's proof there in things like chakras being energy centers in your body. And when you can focus on it and care of those centers, overall, you can feel healthier. With breath work, when you can activate the vagus nerve that sits behind your diaphragm, you can tell your body and then your mind that you're safe, and you can even out these hormones that are secreted and not have yourself on high alert all the time. Take yourself out of that stress cycle. With mindfulness, that's using all of your senses, and all of our senses need to be stimulated. We live through our minds most of the time, and that's an unfair balance to have in your body, because then your mind never gets the chance to rest. When you can activate and stimulate all of your senses, when they've proven that if you go outside and walk, and if you shift your eyes from left to right, or even if you're at your desk and you can just shift your eyes like you would be if you were walking, you can send a signal to your brain to relax, and it automatically relaxes your body. If you can, through something like eating, even if you pay attention to everything that you're making before you even eat it, you can stimulate and satisfy your eye hunger, your ear hunger, your taste hunger, all of those things that need to have satisfaction. That's why we love, if you love sushi, that's why within Japanese cooking, you feel so satisfied, even though the dishes are so small, is because all of you is satisfied. Your sight, your taste, it's a very satisfying experience. And that's something that mindfulness can do. So we practice these things not just to make ourselves feel good from kind of a spirituality standpoint, which is really, really important, but also because there actually is proof that it can help you physiologically too. So what better thing to be able to do for yourself something that helps you mind, body, and spirit, and have science behind it and thousands of years of history through proof of people actually doing it in the real world that it works. So that's what we're doing today. We are taking things that have been done for thousands of years, and we're building it into our life. And this is just through the practice of breathing. And as I said, you are obviously breathing all day. I don't know if I should take these on or leave these off. I can't really see that well without it, but I know there's a reflection on them. It's another thing from age, right? Anyway, so we're going to be doing deep breathing today. And what I mean by that is you're going to be breathing into your belly, right? So as I said at the beginning, most of the day, we're breathing into the top parts of our lungs and really shallow breaths, enough to kind of keep us going. But if you run or like walk or do anything athletic, you'll know that once you start breathing a little more deeply, you have a different kind of sensation. And that's because of the two things. First, you're oxygenating your body, you're changing your CO2 levels. And then, as I said, you're activating that vagus nerve, which kind of gives you that feel-good feeling, right? When you activate the parasympathetic nervous system, you're secreting all the feel-good hormones that come when you feel safe and when you can open yourself up to experiencing things. And you can do that, obviously, by working out and running, or you can do it just by sitting and breathing deeply and focusing your breath. That's where mindfulness comes into this. It's that being present in the action of what you're doing and using your breath as an anchor to keep you grounded in that moment in which you're taking a breath. So that's what we're going to be doing today. We'll see how long we go for. I don't want to push you too far in case this is your first time. It can be an incredibly opening experience. I know when I first started many, many years ago, the first time that I went, it was good that I didn't know what I was going kind of stepping into. I had tried, oh my gosh, so many types of meditation, basically everything, trans TM, and my husband and I went and got our mantras, and we tried that. I've gone on retreats. I've sat for hours, and I just have a crazy mind. My mind just goes and goes. So nothing was really working for me. And I had a friend of mine tell me, gosh, this is like over a decade ago, to try this thing called breathwork. So I went, and I had such a life-changing experience that I never went back. I thought, oh my gosh, this is possible. It's possible to actually be able to let go of all of these stories and all this pain that I've been holding inside of me and carrying around that I didn't even know that I needed to let go of, and actually give myself the care that I needed. It was the first time that I can remember crying, which is kind of sad, but I am not a person that cries. I do now a little bit more, but it's something that I have chosen not to step into because it left me open too much. And I found that if I just could shut it down, whatever I was feeling, and pack it away in the back, I could keep moving and I wouldn't get hurt, which is not true. You still feel pain. It just comes out in different ways. If it doesn't come out through grief or sadness or, just the act of crying, it'll come out anyway. It's still going to live inside of you. So it either gets stuck in you and it turns into, anxiety or stress, or it starts to manifest itself in different ways, whether that be in pouring yourself into work too much or any of the isms, alcohol, shopping, eating, anything that you can use to kind of numb yourself out and not have to sit and be present with that pain. And in that hour where I had that first breathwork experience, I just was sobbing over things that I had been holding on to and stories I had been telling myself for so long that I didn't need anymore, that didn't even fit my life, that weren't even true, really, that happened to me in a moment. But if I kind of took away everything that I had packed around that, it was just within that moment. And it was, it happened to a young girl that didn't have control to be able to help herself or understand or process it or get out of that situation, get out of that trauma. But that little girl doesn't exist in this time. She exists in me. And I have the power to take care of her. I'm an adult now, kind of. And I have the ability to make choices and to take care of myself. And I had given that power away because I didn't deal with the trauma and the hurt and the pain that I had experienced then. I had just buried it. And I thought that was me being stronger, but it wasn't. What it did is it took away all of the power that I have today to be able to heal that opportunity. And that's what happens, is that you get caught in a cycle of trauma in that moment, and it stops you from tapping into all the power that you have in this moment. You remain powerless, even though you think that what you're doing is helping yourself. You're not. What you're doing is you're keeping yourself trapped in that moment, not being able to move forward and stepping into the life that you can have, because you do have it right now. And that's something mindfulness can help you do. Mindfulness can help you be present in this moment, not in the past, to be able to take what happened, what you learned from the past, and pull it through and let go of all of the things that you don't need from that anymore, whether that be forgiveness for yourself or for others, which doesn't mean justifying things. It means just letting go, surrendering the past to be present in today, and embracing everything that you have today, the person that you are, the capabilities that you have, the love and support that surrounds you. Or if you feel like it isn't there, the ability to be able to let that love and support come in, or to go and look for it and foster it and grow it for yourself. You have that ability if you just let yourself have it, if you let go of what you think you were or what happened to you in the past, right? So that's what we're going to start to do today, because I will tell you that when I was in that breathwork experience, yes, I was sobbing, and it was just like it ripped me open. But it was so good because I could leave that on the floor. I could leave that there because I didn't need it anymore. And got to take water. What I was able to do is have a space then that I could start to grow, that I could start to bring in all of the things that were starting to happen to me at that time. And that was a lot. I had just met my my now husband, Lewis, and we were trying to have a baby. And I was, I'm not going to say I was old, but I was in my early 40s at that point. And just because I was in good shape and, I thought, well, it won't be a problem. But, anybody that tries to have a baby in your 40s knows that it doesn't matter how good you look on the outside or how good shape you're in. Our physiology is our physiology. So we were going through IVF, and it was incredibly self-judgment, type of time. Um, and it was important for me to create an environment of self-care and love and support for myself, which I thought I had been doing because I was controlling everything so much. But in fact, what I was doing was creating an environment of really constant anxiety and judgment for myself, that I was never enough for me. The things that I would say to myself inside of my head, and that sometimes I still do, um, were more cruel than really what anybody else could ever say to me. And I had to let go of that. If I wanted to move forward in my life and to create new life and new love and, another chapter, I had to move out of the last however many chapters of my life and kind of the rinse and repeat that I had been going through for the last 30 plus years, because it didn't fit me anymore. And in that one session, I was able to kind of crack open the door and to be able to allow that to start to happen. And it became a process, and I still live in that process, but I'm happy that I do and that I did and that I do, because when you allow life in, yes, there will be pain and there will be suffering, but there'll also be joy. And what mindfulness teaches us is that everything passes. This too shall pass. And you can see that as a negative, that maybe you don't want good times to end. I remember when my daughter was a baby, automatically I would go to the place and thinking, oh my God, she's going to get bigger and I'm never going to have this opportunity again. Like, she's never going to be a baby again. Or what if something bad happens? But in truth, she's going to be turning 9 next week, which is unbelievable. But it just gets better. Like, she's my buddy now. She's the best person that I know. And she challenges me all the time, to be the best person that I can be. So, you can't, when you try to hold on to a moment, you squeeze the life out of it, good or bad. And I'm sure we all feel that sometimes you can be in such a moment of joy and you can't even be present in it because all you can think about is that it's going to end, right? And that's what mindfulness can help us do too. We think that mindfulness is about, just dealing with anxiety or stress. But when we're so stressed out most of the time, that's what our minds expect. We expect the other shoe to drop. We expect the bad thing to happen. So that when joy or love or peace comes, we don't know how to process it because we're almost addicted to chaos and misery. And, even though we would think, well, who would want that? If that's what you've been doing, if that's the cycle you've been stuck in for the last 30 plus years, your mind doesn't know what to do with joy or with kindness or with love or with support, any of those things. You would think that's exactly what you want and that's what you're looking for. But once it shows up, that requires vulnerability, the chance of hurt and pain again, and you will just go into a place of protection. And it's amazing the self-sabotage things that you will do to a beautiful little shining moment because you're so afraid of losing it and getting hurt again, right? And that's where I had to start from, was the honesty in knowing that that's what I was doing, that even though what I wanted was love, I was so afraid of it that I was willing to live in misery. And not even willing, I was willing to create that for myself and do everything I could to keep myself in that place of isolation and misery, that there was no place for anybody to come in and give me the love and support that I needed. And I had to start from there. I had to start from the fact that if this was going to change, I was going to have to be the one to do that. And that's a scary thing. But I will say that one step at a time, and that, moment to moment, things do get better. And mindfulness teaches us that there needs to be one thing for the other to exist, right? It's impossible to have joy and happiness all the time. But you can choose through mindfulness to be able to focus on the things that give you joy and happiness and focus your time and energy on those things and feed those things so that you have more of it. And recognize that there are going to be situations that you don't have control over that are hard, and people that are just hard to deal with. But it's how you choose to respond to those situations and what you choose to focus your energy on. That's what the end result will give you. And what comes out of it will either be more misery or pain, or you can take from it happiness and be able to support yourself. So that is kind of what mindfulness can bring. And, breath work is just a tool. That's what meditation is. Meditation is a tool of mindfulness that can grow the part of your brain that helps you be able to balance emotions and create that space where you can step back and make a choice versus respond, right? So if you think about working out for your body to keep your body in shape so that when you need it, it can give you energy. That's what mindfulness, what meditation is to mindfulness. It grows the part of your brain that gives you that space to be able to step back so that when a moment does come, you can choose where you want to put your energy. And breath work is just a form of meditation. I'll be teaching all different forms of meditation. And in, the courses that I offer, I have all different types of meditations that you can download and use within your life. I like breath work. I also love all the guided meditations I have, but I like breath work because it's kind of like the workout of meditation, that if you're really looking to go into boot camp and be able to switch off your brain and do some hard work, breathwork is a good thing to do. I think it's just, part of kind of your toolkit. You can use other meditations during the week that are like, I have in my Essentials of Meditation course, you can download all different types of meditations that are like less than 10 minutes. And even the breathwork meditation I have in there is only about 10 minutes. But it's kind of like breathwork is like the real workout. And it might not be something that you want to do every day. You might not have the time or space to be able to get into that place and kind of do the work. You just want to kind of go walking like you would if you were going to go walking every day. That's what meditation can be. And then maybe on Sundays with me, you are doing kind of that big run and you're pushing yourself to the next level. And that's the way you can think about breathwork. So let's get into it. We are going to be doing deep breathing, and I'm going to show you how that is. And I would say that if you are in a place, like bring a blanket, because you can, through breathwork, sometimes you might feel cold. So I usually feel hot, but your body temperature can change because you actually are oxygenating your body. So just get into a quiet, comfortable place. And the kind of breathing that we're going to be doing is into your belly, right? So normally, I keep saying this, we're breathing into the top of our lungs. But today you're going to be taking deep belly breaths in 3 parts, in and out, all through your mouth. And that's important because you're going to be really bringing in a lot of oxygen. So if you put a hand over your heart and one over your belly, this is what it sounds and looks like, right? So it's deep inhale, soft exhale. The exhale being soft is really important because what that does is it allows you to regulate the CO2, right? So you're not hyperventilating, you're just blowing out a candle. So your deep belly breath into your chest and out, 3 parts, like a wave. And we're going to be doing that. Let's see, it's like almost 7:30. Let's do that. I'll see. Maybe for like 10, I don't know if you can do 10 minutes, maybe 10 minutes. And then we'll breathe in and out through your nose, right? And that's just, I'm going to bring in a moment of love into your life. And then I'm going to let you enjoy all the work that you did and just sit in the place of relaxation. And kind of like at the end of yoga, where you wish that part was longer, right? That you can enjoy it. You can just sit and just allow anything that comes up to come up. And if you feel yourself ready just to sob and cry, let yourself have that. That is a good thing. It means that there are things that you need to let go of and leave them here in this space because you're in a safe space here. Okay. Nothing is going to happen to you. It is okay to be vulnerable and to let yourself let go of these things and experience them and listen to what it is that your mind, body, and spirit is telling you it needs from you. What's the self-care, the self-love, the self-appreciation that it needs that you haven't been giving it because you are trapped in the past. Okay? So we're going to be doing breathing for like about 10 minutes, deep breathing. We're going to do breathing in and out through our nose just for a couple of minutes. And then I'm going to play music through the whole thing. You're going to relax and enjoy all the work that you're doing. Okay. So I had tried to set up my phone through my board, which I wish I could show it to you. It's very cool. But I don't have the right connections. But next week I will. So today we're just going to use it on my phone. So let me pick out something that's really nice. Let me see how long this is. No, that's not long enough. And we're going to be doing deep belly breathing. Okay. Hopefully you can hear this. I'll put this over here. So start by, first of all, relaxing your body. Put yourself into a place where you feel really comfortable and safe. You can lie down or you can stay seated in a supported position, but have it be in a place where you can open yourself up and breathe. Okay? So you're going to be breathing in through your mouth and out through your mouth, deep belly breaths. And if you want to, you can put a hand over your heart and one over your belly, just so you can start to feel what your breath is like. And then you can let your hands rest at your side. Okay, so we're going to be doing a deep inhale into our belly, chest, exhale. Belly, chest, exhale. Belly, chest, exhale. And don't worry about the speed. You can set your own pace. What's really important is that you are bringing in enough oxygen, right? So challenge yourself to breathe as deeply as you can. Belly, chest, exhale. Soft exhale through your mouth. And if you start to feel tingling or any kind of cramping in your muscles, that's okay. It's totally normal. You're just not used to bringing in this much oxygen. It's like you're going on a big run. Okay, so if you feel any of that, just breathe out softly through your mouth or slow down, take a breath through your nose, but challenge yourself to keep going. Okay, belly, chest, exhale. Belly, chest, exhale. Feel the power and beauty of your breath move through you. Feel it energize you, lift you up, hold you in the palm of its hand. Fall into the power of your breath. The breath that's been with you from the moment that you came into this world, that's carried you through your life, regardless of how you treated your body or yourself, kept you moving forward. Breathe. Feel that beauty wrap around you now. Feel it energize you, lift you up, hold you, embrace you. With each inhale, feel yourself bringing in hope and love and self-appreciation for this moment, for the person that you are, for your true self. And with each exhale, let go of all that no longer serves you. The stories that you've held on to, that you tell yourself, that you no longer need. Inhale and bring in love. Bring in strength. Bring in the resilience that lives in you. The resilience that you have demonstrated, whether you realize it or not, by just being here. by working through life, by doing the best that you can. Breathe out and let go of all of those tales, those stories, those words, those lists, things that keep you connected to the past or bring you forward into a future that has not happened yet. Let go of those things and allow yourself to be present in this moment, in the beautiful person that you are. And as you inhale, I want you to imagine a beautiful glowing light that lives right at the center of you, right over your heart chakra. Breathe and imagine that light starting to glow like a small candle that's being fed by oxygen. Exhale and let go of all of the coverings and the darkness that's been keeping that light from shining. Inhale, feel that light grow brighter and brighter. Shine out straight from your heart and create an aura around you, an aura of peace and love and joy. Breathe. And with that light shining around you, know that you are safe. You are safe in this place, in your own light, in your own breath. Nothing can harm you here. Breathe. Feel the beauty and the strength of your breath move through you. Feed that light and shine out through you, creating this beautiful protective shield of love and peace and joy that shines all around you, creating a safe space in which you can let go of stories, pain, hurt, betrayal. Breathe deeply and let yourself create a space for this moment and the love and the peace and the joy that is here right in front of you, if you only allow it in. Breathe. Keep breathing. If your mind is wandering, that's okay. Your mind is only looking to protect you. It's been doing a good job, maybe not helpful, but it's been doing the best that it can for your whole life to bring you to this space. So breathe and let your mind know that you are in a safe space and that it can rest and rejuvenate, that there's nothing to fear in this space, that right now your breath and your body can take over and care for you, and allow your mind to be still and be at peace. Breathe. And if you feel your mind wander, that's okay. Come back to your breath, to the sound of my voice. And eventually, just through your breath, your mind will understand that it can be still and that it doesn't have a job to do right now, that it can rest, that you are safe, and that you are worthy of this time and this care and this moment and the love and joy and peace that lives in this moment, just waiting for you. Breathe. Stay with it. You're halfway there. The hardest part is done. Just keep putting in the work. Keep putting in the work to help your mind feel safe. Keep breathing. Belly, chest, exhale. Feel the beauty and power of your breath move through you. Beautiful breaths. Belly, chest, exhale. Keep breathing. Beautiful breaths. And as you do, imagine that beautiful light shining straight out from your heart. Keep breathing. And if your mind feels like it's wandering, that's okay. Just keep going. You will find a rhythm that will work for you. Belly, chest, exhale. Deep belly breaths. Belly, chest, exhale. Belly, chest, exhale. 3 more breaths. Belly, chest, exhale. 1 more. Belly, chest, exhale. And now I want you to close your mouth and begin to breathe in and out through your nose. Beautiful deep breaths, but in and out through your nose. And again. And I want you to take your hands and reach your fingertips up towards the stars. Reach your hands up over your head. Stretch your fingertips to the stars. And I want you to think of a moment of love in your life. Beautiful love. Simple, yet powerful. Where you felt seen and connected and safe and accepted. Step into that moment of love. Feel what you felt. See where you are, who you're with. See the beautiful light that shines around that simple yet powerful moment of love. Be in that moment. And when you see it and you feel it, I want you to take your hands and grab hold of it and pull it down. Pull your hands down over your heart and breathe in that moment of love. Another deep inhale. Feel that love course through your body, through your veins. Feel it light you up inside. Feel it energize you, move through your very DNA, through your bones, through every cell in your body. Feel it embrace you, lift you up. Feel yourself glow from within with love. Know that you are worthy of that moment of love and of every moment of love that has happened since then and that is available to you in this moment if you only let it in. I want you to sit in that moment of love and breathe. You are safe. You are worthy. Breathe. Enjoy this time. Let any emotions come up. If you feel like you need to cry, then let yourself cry. You are safe in this space. Nothing can happen to you here. You are worthy of everything that is good in this life. Allow it to come into your life by allowing yourself to feel and let go in this space, in this time, in this moment. Breathe. Allow yourself to have any feelings in this time. Allow them to move through you. And anything you don't need, leave it here in this space where you are safe, where you are worthy. Breathe. And I want you to start to bring yourself back into your body, into this space, into this place. Wiggle your fingers and your toes. Slowly bring yourself back into your body. Shake out your legs and your arms just a little bit. Take a deep inhale. Exhale. One more inhale. Exhale. And when you're ready, open your eyes. And look at you. Look at how much work that you did. Just in like 15 minutes or so. And I hope that you enjoyed this. I am so honored that you would trust me with your time and allow you to tell you a little bit about me, and allow me to start in this process of doing this. I will get better at it. But, as we all know, you just have to jump in and start. And I hope that you carry this feeling with you for the rest of this day and through the week. And allow it, we didn't even set an intention for today because I just wanted you to be able to experience this and to see what you're capable of, and what can happen if you just focus some time on yourself and use the tools that you already have, like your breath, and what mindfulness can do for you. And I invite you to check out thetinybalcony.com. I created it for you. It's your tiny sacred space. It's the place where you can come and find the resources that you need. We have so many things that are free, handbooks and workshops. I just created a mini mindfulness workshop that's 3 videos that get delivered straight into your inbox and your email that kind of explain a little bit more about mindfulness. I have so many handbooks. I have my podcast, The Tiny Balcony, where I take a lot of the teachings that I give, and they're really short. They're less than 10 minutes. I try to make everything kind of as bite-sized as possible because I know how busy your life is. And I don't want mindfulness to feel like one more thing. I want it to feel like it's your life, but just better, and to make it accessible and have you be able to see how easy it is, how it can make your life your best life, just by making small shifts. So tap into everything that we have, the handbooks, the workshops, the podcast. I have all kinds of mini courses that are less than $50 that can help you bring meditation. And I have these little weekend retreats that are great, that you can bring mindfulness and mindful eating and practices that you can take outside, meditations that you can do. Because I believe that mindful living is possible. I think, and this is coming from someone like me who is so tightly wound, you wouldn't believe it. But I think that you can build it into your life if you just focus your time on it, right? And if you choose to invest a little bit of time in yourself. I understand what it is to be at the center of everyone else's life and to put yourself last on the list, but that can only last for so long. And I think living through, COVID has shown us that if we don't care for ourselves, everything falls apart. So let this be the year that you start to take care of yourself, and let mindfulness be the thing that helps you to care for yourself. And I invite you to join my mindfulness Facebook group and look out for future workshops that I'll be doing. And I'm going to start to build in, but I have to figure it out, really longer breathwork sessions where I'm not doing as much talking about me, but I had to because you had to meet me, and doing more breathing. So you can be prepared for that and get yourself set up for it and kind of build that into your week. More to come on that. But join our mindfulness Facebook group so you can be a part of this community and get the support and all the tools that you need. Listen to the Tiny Balcony podcast just to get that weekly inspiration, and let me know how you're doing. If you sign up for any of my freebies, you're on my email list. You can always email me in the Facebook group or even on the Tiny Balcony Facebook page. Send me comments. I'd love to hear what it is that you would like to learn, what you have questions about. I'm happy to create anything that you need and to be there for you. This is your space. This is your tiny sacred space. And I want you to feel safe here and supported and loved and get what it is that you need. So just tell me. And I wish you a blessed Sunday. And I can't wait to be able to share more with you. And have a great day. Thank you so much for being here with me. Take care.